We suck this season, but we're not going to give up on this season just yet. It's year 7, everybody. Week 4 against the 2-1 Philadelphia Eagles. Jesse Wagner will start this game again. His 4th straight start to start his career. But as we all know, through these first 3 weeks, we have been absolutely terrible. 0-3, no offense to speak of, turning the ball over at least 3 times a game. But this right here is a chance to get ourselves back on track. It's a good test for our defense against the league's best offense, but now it's a chance to face the league's by far worst defense. They're 32nd in points and yards. If this offense wants to prove themselves, this is the game to do it. The game to prove themselves and put points on the board and get us our first win of the season. As part of this, we're going to put up a new playbook together. We're going to rock the Miami Mike McDaniel playbook, a West Coast zone run scheme, and we're going to see what happens. Now, I also want to light a fire under Wagner going forward, but I wasn't a fan of the free agent quarterbacks, including Zach Wilson, who obviously reminds me a lot of our current quarterback. So I went to the trade block and I saw plenty of options. Most of these guys are backup quarterbacks behind franchise QBs. And one guy that stuck out to me was Jake McAllister, star dev, 74 overall, really good short accuracy. Throw power is not there at all, but that's not really a concern of mine. He's got really good play action as well, and awareness is way higher than Wagner's right now is too. So he's got the aggressive decision-making trait, but he has not played hardly at all through the first 3 years of his career. He's only in his 3rd season right now, but has only taken a handful of snaps in his first 2 years. And he's playing behind Anthony Richardson. And they also have Roman Sims playing behind McAllister. So they have 2 70-ish overall quarterbacks that are both fairly young. Younger than our franchise QB right now. So I think this makes sense for us to go with. And I would rather just get rid of Moreland just because there's not anybody else that I want to get rid of. And I know that Moreland's not good enough for us. He's not going to meet our standards. So him in a 4th. To get star dev 74 overall quarterback Jake McAllister is only 24 years old, and he will be right behind Wagner. And going forward, if Wagner's not playing well in a game, in fact, if he throws a couple of picks or we can't move the ball, then going forward, I'm bringing in Jake McAllister. This going forward is a time to experiment and to see what works, what doesn't, what quarterback traits might be affecting what in the game plan and things like that. So, but here we go. We're going on the road for the first time this year at the Link in Philadelphia. Taking on Jalen Hurts in this #1 offense, but also the 32nd defense. We gotta play better today. If you guys wouldn't mind, please do like and subscribe to the video and to my channel if you guys enjoy the videos and the content. Really helps grow my channel. But here we go, kickoff is officially underway in week 4. We're not done with Wagner yet. Not going to give up on this guy just yet here early on in his career. Turn brought out to the 23-yard line where the Philly offense will start. So here we go. We've had some praise for this defense so far this year. And here's a real test against a really great offense. So Daniel Hyde already breaking a couple of tackles on his first carry. He's coming off a 100-yard, 2-touchdown game in week 3. His best game so far this season. And they have this one caught in traffic by Myers for a first down. Now a bubble screen out to Kyle Boyd. He's got 5. 2nd down, back to Hyde, but Styles wraps him up. Great job out on the edge for a loss of 2. That brings up 3rd and long. Hurts scrambled out. Ernest Jones doesn't react fast enough. As soon as you see this guy scramble, step up. But Jones just was flat-footed right there and just let him cross the plane. That one's knocked away. George Vance there in the area. First incompletion for Hurts. Just shy of the 50. This one is caught, but no gain really. Terry Hackett there in coverage. 3rd down and long again. Hurts takes off, but now we are ready for it. Levy and Hackett both there to bring him down. I gotta say, man, I've been so happy with Levy so far. These first couple of games, He has been all over the place in the run and the passing game. He's been fantastic. 4th and 5, they punt the ball away. We get it starting from our own 16-yard line. So pretty poor starting field position, but here's your chance, Wagner. New playbook once again, our 3rd playbook with him already. But if he throws a couple of picks, he might not be starting next week. Who knows? Maybe go to McAllister if he plays poorly. 2nd down, clean pocket down the field. He's got a man open. It's Stoudemire. Way to hang on to that one after that big hit. Up to the 41-yard line. He floats it down the field. It's caught again. What a throw. One of his best all season. Right to Trumaine Donalds. Just drops it right in the basket for him. He was open too. Great job. We're already inside the Philly 40-yard line as Williams is spun around for another 1st down. Nice running. Nice hole there too. Right back to him. This time he's wrapped up pretty early. From the 22, outside now, Williams breaks a tackle and gets just inside the 20-yard line to set up 3rd and 6. Going to a screen and it goes off at Eagles helmets. And we have to settle for a field goal. Once again, screens are just the bane of our existence. So is scoring touchdowns. Field goal is up and good. And we have struck first, at least. 3-0 Rams. Hyde on the ground, breaking another tackle across the 1st down marker. If this guy keeps breaking tackles, I'm going to have some questions for our tackling. Hurts escapes a defender and breaks a tackle, but Levy finally takes him down. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st quarter. Hurts finds a man wide open. It's Kyle Boyd across the 50. 1st down, Philadelphia. Now in plus territory. Over the middle, caught. Devontae Smith wide open. Hurts having no issues right now throwing the ball. He's 5 for 6. Hasn't had any pressure to deal with so far. And Hyde has plenty of open holes and he keeps breaking tackles. At least 3 or 4 broken tackles here in the 1st quarter alone. We game plan to defend the inside run, and right now it's torching us every play. This one's caught. That's a 1st down inside the 10. Caught by Allison to end the 1st quarter. Philly knocking on the door. Down by 3. From the 7, 1st and goal. It's a keeper for Hurts, and he is in there. Untouched. All right. Philly takes the lead. Great. The PAT is up, and it's good. A 7-play drive over 3 minutes off the clock. All right. Here's our 2nd possession. The first 2 drives take up the entire 1st quarter. The first 3 drives, rather, take up the entire 1st quarter. This one is batted away. Why is Williams out there, down the field, as receiver? Why is he out here again? Why is this happening? It's a screen for him instead, and once again, it does not work for us. How is this possible? We can't run screens. They never work. It is embarrassing. No matter what playbook we use, we can't run them for some reason. It's so infuriating. Hyde up the middle, breaks another tackle, and has a huge gain across the 50. What has happened to our tackling? All of a sudden, we just can't make anything. Don't forget, our game plan was to stop that exact play call. Richards with a pick. Oh my God. He's slowed down, he's tripped up, and he's taken down across the 40. What a huge play to give us the ball right back. Darius Richards jumps the route to dump off for Smith, and Hurts never saw him. Just a blur of white, blue, and yellow coming through to pick that one off. And we can come back out. But how many times have we done this? This is at least our 3rd time in our first 4 weeks picking off the opponent and getting ourselves in plus territory to start the drive. And we start out with an incompletion that was just dropped by Donalds. How is this still a problem? This one is almost intercepted. That should have been a pick 6. Jesus Christ, Wagner. Get your shit together. 3rd and 10. We are just outside of field goal range, and Wagner is taken down. He lost it, and we recover, but only back to the 40. How did we screw this up again? It is at least our third time doing this exact thing off a turnover in plus territory, just a couple yards shy of field goal range. But instead, we're going to punt from their 40. This is what I'm talking about with Wagner and this offense. Once we get to the 40-yard line, it feels impossible to move it beyond that point. We just never make the right plays. At least we have Daniel Levy out there. Loss of 3 for Hyde. Second down and long. Hurts steps up. Late reaction time by Bernard, but only a gain of 6. Another 3rd and 7. Our defense is giving these guys a lot of issues, but they go to a screen, and look at this. They get a first down off their screen. What is up with ours? Somebody tell me, please. I don't get it. This one's knocked away by Levy. Second down and 10. Hand off for Hyde. He gets patient and eventually gets 8 yards somehow. Just nothing working for us on the game besides a couple of tackles on the backfield. But right now, Hyde is literally making guys miss, and he's breaking tackles every single carry. Under 5 to go on the first down. There's one of those plays I was talking about. Kenneth Murray in the backfield for a loss of 4. But besides that play and the one by Levy earlier, not much else. Vance bats that pass down. 3rd and 14. A chance to get off the field and give our offense a chance to close the half. A screen, but Levy is there to shove him out of bounds. Great coverage that time. Levy has been everywhere, like I've been saying. Plays left and right by him. Billy has to punt the ball away. We fair catch, but just let it roll into the back of the end zone. Start the drive from the 20-yard line. 3:43 to go in that first half. Williams has a huge hole. He breaks a tackle and gets to the 34. Nice run. I do like the balance so far, the passing and running, but only our 3rd possession of the entire game. Oh my God, Wagner, come on. Stoudemire's wide open for at least a huge gain. Second down and 10. Pocket collapses, but Wagner gets rid of it to find Offord over the middle. But once again, we are below 50% completion percentage as of right now. This will get us above 50. Stoudemire across midfield. Now to the warning. Wagner's got time. He dumps it. That is Parson, I believe, for a short gain. Second down. This will get us in field goal range. Finally. Only 81 passing yards here in the first half. At least he's 7 for 12. Clean pocket. This one's caught. That's Reinhardt. The second down and 4 under 90 seconds to go in the half. But dump off for Williams. Once again, he's still getting the ball just a little bit too much. Too many targets for Williams as a receiver. 3rd and 2. Caught on the slant. Stoudemire hangs on to the contact. We're up to their 21-yard line. Letting the time count down. We got 2 timeouts left. We dump it for Josh Davis, and he gets only 1 yard. Too many dump-offs, though. Second down for the end zone. It's batted away by Hightower, the X-Factor safety. So 3rd and 9. 1 timeout. Wagner has a good pocket, but Offord has it knocked away by Hightower. A clean pocket, and somehow nobody got open. Okay. 4th and 9, another field goal. And we're going to go to halftime. Down by 1, 6-7. 6 points against the league's worst defense across the board. God, we just stink across the offense. What is it that I'm missing here? It's got to be something that I just don't see with this team. Right now, the Cardinals, who are also 0-3, are going to be down at halftime probably, despite both quarterbacks being perfect here in this first half. But Dallas leads right now 14-7. Got the Giants on the road in Las Vegas, going to be up 10-0 or thereabouts against the Raiders. Not much passing for either quarterback here in that first half. You got the Niners hosting the Jaguars, and they fall to 2-2. Trevor Lawrence throws for a touchdown and 2 picks, but was not enough to lose the game. So at least good that 2 of our other opponents are probably going to lose this week, but we have 6 points against the league's worst defense, despite our offense holding the best offense to 7 points. If we lose this game playing like this, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to give one more drive to Wagner, and if he screws up anywhere in the second half, he's being benched. One costly mistake is going to cost him the rest of the day. Got 3rd and 3 coming up after a handful of runs. Up to our 34-yard line. Well, what do? We're going to give it to Williams. He is tackled, but he's got it across the marker. Just enough. 1st and 10, right back to him. He gets patient, but no holes open up. 10 carries right now, 4.6 per. 2nd down, right back to him. He breaks a tackle and has a 1st down. 9 yards. Good job to move this chains right there. Gonna stick with the run. This time, Philly's all over it. From the 49, 2nd down. Williams never had a chance that time. It has stacked the box. 3rd down and 8. Trying to keep this drive alive. Clean pocket, but now Wagner is taken down by Sweat. And I am benching Wagner because look at this. Look at 85. I'm going to zoom in here in a moment, but the only guy who's open, clean pocket right now for Wagner, and Parson is literally home free for a massive 30-plus yard gain. And Wagner has a good pocket. He's open even right now. Right when he cuts, he should be making this throw right now. And he doesn't. And he takes the sack instead. So now he's benched. In comes Jake McAllister. Gonna see what he's worth in the same exact situation as Wagner in this game. That's how I'm gonna do this going forward. If the quarterback plays poorly, he's out for that game. The other guy comes back in. 2nd down and 6. This is caught for a 1st down. Hurts now 11 for 15. 1st and 10, handoff. Hyde's got a huge hole. At the 46-yard line. 6.9 per carry. We game plan for the run, and it's not working. Boyd 1st down. Philly's already up to her 42-yard line. This one is incomplete outside. Just could not keep both feet in bounds. 4 to go in the 3rd. Hyde on the ground. Levy is there to wrap him up. Great open field tackle to save the 1st down pretty much. 3rd and 6. Hurts under pressure and sacked by Carl Graham. A huge play. Our first pressure on Hurts all day long, and only because he tried to extend the play. We forced the punt in no man's land. Thank God. This defense, as always in these first 4 weeks, is giving us chance after chance to win every single week. So McAllister's first throw is caught down the field. It's offered. And already, I like what he's been doing. One throw, but he led his receiver over the head of a defender right to the right spot. That's what Wagner has failed to do for the most part. Williams spins around and somehow gets to the 41 before being called down. The 1st down Rams back in field goal range-ish. Now we're inching closer. 3 yards on that reception. 2nd down and 7. Slants caught. Shy of the marker. That was Stoudemire, I believe. 3rd down. We dump it for Williams. He is a yard short. Come on. You've got to be kidding. How many dump offs are we going to have, man? Insufferable. We're not going to snap the ball. It's the end of the 3rd quarter instead. Close game. Low scoring. We have a chance to win. We're going to keep the field goal unit out there, and the field goal is up and good from Koo. Smart decision. We take the lead again. The Phillies down by 2. Can our defense hold these guys to only 1 score to give us a chance to win with field goals only? I'm not sure, but they've played well enough to do so. Let's see if they can close this game out for us and help us out. 3rd and 2 coming up after that reception. They're up to their own 33. Hyde on the give, has the first down. I'm convinced that this Philly offensive line is just still the best in the entire league because we just have gotten no pressure, and now Warren Terry's hurt again. Last time this happened, the defense collapsed for the rest of the second half. And now he's out and probably going to miss the rest of this game. The fun. Gain of a couple there to set up 3rd and shorts. What hurts? 5 incompletions, 14 for 19. Pitch out to Hyde. Great blocking, first down. Come on, man. Nobody's there. We have not. We have made 2 good plays only against the run game all day long. Right back to Hyde. Good wrap up by Levy. But still, we just can't stop this run game. First down for Hyde. Over 100 rushing yards. I can't blame our defense now. It's got to be this offensive line just being too good. And also just losing Warren Terry at the worst possible moment in the 4th quarter on a potential game-clinching, game-winning drive for Philadelphia. 3rd and 1 coming up. Under 6 to play now. Hurts over the middle, caught. Wide open on a short routes. McFadden inside the 5. 1st and goal, Philly. And regardless, they're going to take the lead here. Hyde somehow tumbles ahead to the 4 despite being wrapped up behind the line. No idea how that is even possible. 2nd and goal. Hurts back to throw. Dumped off for Hyde. Forbes wraps him up for a loss of 3. All right, 3rd and goal from the 7. We hold him to a field goal. Hurts spins around, and he has a man wide open in the end zone. We had 3 defenders. We played a zone defense, which is not our game plan. We are a man defense scheme. We play zone on 3rd and goal and have 3 defenders nowhere near any Philly player. And he's wide open. 14 plays, 6:50 off the clock. We have to score a touchdown, which we have not been able to do so far against the worst defense in these last 4 minutes. That's what it takes to win. This is how you show that you have gotten yourself over the hump. Is scoring a touchdown on this possession right now. 7 yards for Williams there. 2nd and 3. McAllister pressured and has to get rid of it. Nobody's open apparently. 3rd and 3. On the 30-yard line. McAllister has a clean pocket, and it's broken up downfield for Rockford. Not a smart throw. That was not going to get caught. And we are going to punt the ball away. Just asinine. A stupid decision. Did you see Philly's last drive? Did you see Warren Terry get hurt? We can't stop the run. What makes you think we're going to stop this team in these last 3 minutes to give ourselves a chance and get the ball back? What do you think the odds are of that? They are low. 7 yards on the first play. Might as well give these guys the first down. And they got it. There's Devontae Smith. We still have all 3 timeouts and the warning. The first play out of it, Hyde gets 6. Somehow. 2nd and 4, right back to him. And he is just short by an inch. They keep it. Hurts has the first down. No timeouts left for the Rams. The game's over. We lose. They're going to punt the ball away on this last play for no reason because the game sucks. We're going to fair catch it or just step out of bounds, and now it's really over. 14-9. No touchdowns against the league's worst defense. Less than 200 yards against the league's worst defense. Clap it up, everybody. Clap it up for our offense. Some of the worst football I have watched through 4 weeks. You know, no turnovers, luckily enough. And apparently both quarterbacks weren't, you know, historically awful. But, my God, the YPA is incredibly low. And it seems like we have to be perfect to score. That's what it feels like. We have to be perfect to score a touchdown, which is not possible to be perfect with this team. You can't, because of the drops, because of the quarterbacks missing some throws, or making bad decisions, or Williams being out there as a receiver on downfield throws, which makes no sense. I don't understand. We're 0-4. We're playing the 0-4 Commanders here in Week 5. We have averaged 10 points per game through these first 4 weeks. Our defense is playing lights out, but we are giving these guys no chance. I just don't know. We're going to experiment the rest of the season, but we're not done yet. We're going to we're going to super sim a couple of games and see what happens. And we're going to start Wagner for the next couple of weeks. We get our first win against the Commanders in our sim game. And this is how I know that we are about to go through what we saw with Craig. This is going the exact same way. I cannot put stock into these sim games because just like with Craig, Wagner is playing great in the sim games. When watching, he is terrible. This is enough for me to know that this could be really tough to figure out. Do we give up on Wagner based on what we have seen in game? Or do we take into account these sim games and say, you know, hey, he played well in this game or in that game. Maybe this means that he can be good. Do we want to think in those terms? We can, but it might put us down the same exact road over 4 years like it was with Craig. Do you want to go through that ever again? Probably not. Upgrade point for him, though, the first of the season. It took one good game to get the points. Because the first 3 weeks, this guy was not earning any XP. In fact, he should have got negative XP for those first 3 games. Now we got one for Levy, and he's an X Factor! What? He's an X Factor! He was a 3rd round pick? Wait! This is... Yo! This is huge for our defense. He's our 3rd X Factor. Oh my God! Pick 13 in the 3rd round. He's an X Factor. Let's go! Yes! This makes sense why he was playing so damn well. Now it makes perfect sense. Holy cow. We might actually have the playmakers like Aaron Donald on this team now. We might have the guys that can fill a role that can play a similar impact on this team. That's awesome. But now we're facing Seattle, who's 4-1. And they beat us again. We lose 21-14, despite outgetting them again. 2 straight weeks outgetting our opponents, but we lose this one. Again, no turnovers. That's 3 straight weeks, no TOs. And once again, Wagner puts up a really good performance. Am I supposed to believe that this playbook is working well for him? Because he did, not play horribly when he was in there in this showcase game today. Had only 1 throw that should have been picked off. And Alford actually had his best game of the season to answer back to his lack of production. We got a sack for Terry and Basnight in his first game back off of the injury. But we are now 1-5. And we are in the bye week. So we're going to self-scouts and gain some awareness going into our Week 8 game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But we're also going to have -5 stamina for all players as well. But the Jaguars are 4-2. We are 1-5. The Cardinals are 1-6. But again, this is the worst this difference has been between the offense and our defense. It's the worst it's been. The offense can't move the ball. We are bottom 2 in the entire league in scoring, and the defense is only allowing more points because they're out there way more than they should be. The yards per game has been fantastic for us, but still thinking about quarterback here in the draft. Looks like all 3 quarterbacks should go here in the top 16 as of mock draft 2, and apparently the Niners are looking at quarterback as well in this draft. But I'm also thinking about receiver. And in receiver, I'm thinking about taking a guy that has a catching and getting rid of at least Trevor Offord or Jimmy Donald, because one of these guys has got to go. Both guys have been problem receivers. I cannot keep both guys around going forward because they're just not good enough to be the 1 and 2. Now, Deontay McLeod here is a fantastic player. Great ratings across the board. Great catching. He's a top 5 pick, no doubt. I kind of want to see if we can get him, but it would take a lot for us to get a top 5 pick with no first round pick in this next draft. So we got to think about what we're going to do in terms of that, because without a first round pick and being this bad, got to try and work around that and hopefully not put yourself in a deeper hole going into next season. But I'm going to switch out a couple of these abilities for Matthew Williams, because some of these, like he had one that was for receiving. Why? Like, he's a running back. I don't want this guy catching the ball that much. And in terms of quarterbacks, there is another quarterback besides the top 3 or the top 4 that kind of caught my eye, and it's Damian Lowry. He's not going to go in the first round. He'll be there at our second round pick, and he's a scrambler, which is what I was looking for Jared Fenton before I took Wagner instead. He is a elite athlete across the board. Literally, no ill signs in terms of his physicals. Now, the accuracy's got to learn more about that, but I would rather get a guy that I know can work outside the pocket, extend plays, make moves with his feet, and we can work on the accuracies and just see what happens. But I know that I talked about that with Wagner, but at this point, I want to see different quarterbacks until we see one that has a good game for us, just straight up. But is Wagner on the rise these last 3 games? Hasn't thrown any picks for 3 straight weeks. Who knows? Maybe this play is gonna work for him. But to play that bad against the league's worst defense leaves a lot to be desired. So we'll see what happens. But that's the episode, folks. I'll see you guys next time as we move into the latter half of the season. But should we make a trade? Let me know in the comments down below.